Hello everyone, have a pleasant day. This is Dr. Srimati from Dr. Ambedkar Global Law Institute, Tirupati. Today we are going to see the admission of a partner into the partnership firm. So here when the new partner is admitted into a partnership firm means there may be chances of a partnership firm suffering from shortage of funds or administrative incapabilities, that is incapacities. So here they may decide to admit a new partner in such a cases. Okay, then such a person is admitted to the firm is known as incoming or a new partner. So here according to section 331 subsection 1 of the Partnership Act 1932, the new partner can be admitted only with the consent of the existing partner. Okay, so here all the existing partner has to accept the new partner to be a part of partnership firm. So on the admission of a new partner, the existing partnership agreement comes to an end, and then a new or fresh agreement is admitted into the partnership firm, or else we can say the firm has reconstituted under a fresh agreement. So here when a new partner is admitted into a partnership firm, the new partner acquires the two rights. What are the rights? First one is he got the right to share in the assets of partnership deed. So what are all the assets are already existing in the partnership deed, so that is available, is he is got the share in that partnership deed. And then the next one is he has got the right to share the profit of a business. So here the two things, he got the share in the assets of the business as well as he got the share in the profit of the business. So here the amount for that he is bringing something, right? So the amount of new partner brings in for the right of the share in the partnership asset is called the capital. Okay, and it is to be credited to his account, partner's capital account. And then whereas the consideration which he pays to the old partners for the right he participate in the division of the future profits, then it is called goodwill. So here that amount is taken into goodwill. So there should be an adjustment related to goodwill that we are going to say it. Okay, and then the new partner on becoming a partner in the firm, he becomes, this is more important, he becomes liable for all the acts of the firm done after the admission of him. Okay, so this is about more important, he got the liabilities also. Then so when a partner is admitted in a partnership firm, then one or more of the following accounting adjustments become necessary. So what are the accounting adjustments necessary in the existing firm? Is the first one is adjustment in the profit sharing ratio. So as you know, the partners, the already existing partners, they are having their own profit sharing ratio. When a new partner is admitted, they want to share the existing profit sharing ratio into the new partner also. That is, they have to sacrifice, the existing partners has to sacrifice some of their portion of profit to the new partner. So, okay, so we have to calculate what is the profit sharing ratio to all the partners, that is new profit sharing ratio as well as the sacrificing ratio to the old partners. Then adjustment of goodwill. So adjustment for goodwill. So as you know, when a new partner is get into partnership firm, then he has to bring the amount of goodwill as a consideration for the share in future profit. So that adjustment should be made. And then adjustment for evaluation of assets and liabilities. Okay, so this is about another thing, since when the partner is having the share in partnership firm, assets and liabilities of a partnership firm, then at the time of his admission, that is to be valued. So already the values are there in a profit and loss balance sheet, but it should be revalued. That is adjustment regarding appreciation or depreciation, or is there any provisions for debtors and creditors, that all the things should be adjusted towards the balance sheet, assets and liabilities side. That adjustment, evaluation of adjustment should be done. And the next one is adjustment of reserves and other accumulated profit. As you know, for every business, some portion of profits are taken into reserves for the future consistencies. Okay, so in such a cases, that reserve should be again transferred to the old partners. When a new partner gets into partnership form, this reserves or accumulated profits are it's about right of the old partners only, so it should be shared to partners capital account. That also we are going to say it. And the next one is finally the adjustment of capital if it is necessary, when the capital and profit sharing ratio are according to that ratios. Okay, capital profit sharing ratio is done according to the capital ratio, means then the adjustment of capital is required. That is either the partner has to bring to the partnership firm, the old partner has to bring the capital to the partnership firm, or they may withdraw the excess capital available in their partnership firm. So this is an important thing. And let us see all, we are going to see all these adjustments. First let us start with adjustments in the profit sharing ratio. So what is that? So when as you know, whenever a partner has admitted into a partnership firm, he will get some share in the profits of a firm, and the old partners are required, they have to sacrifice some share of profit in favor of a new partners. Okay, so here in order to divide the future profits, it becomes essential to calculate the new profit sharing ratio of all the partners. So here the share of profit for the new partner will obviously be determined by an agreement. So when a new partner has entered into an agreement, it should be determined how much the share of profit has to be allotted to him. Then all the partners are supposed to divide the future profits and losses equally if there is no agreement. Okay, and then however the certain ratios we are going to calculate and see how this. Okay, and then how to calculate the sacrificing ratio means the sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. Okay, so old ratio means already the partners what they are sharing the profits. Okay, the existing partners, and minus new ratio if there is an agreement after the admission of a new partner. Then if you reduce this, then you will get a sacrificing ratio. So why the sacrificing ratio? That we have to see it according to the terms and conditions for the adjustment of goodwill, accumulated profit and losses and certain things. Okay, so for this reason only we need of calculation of sacrificing ratio. Let us see one problem, one case of an example of when a new partner of new share of an incoming partner is given without mentioning the details of sacrifice made by the old partners. It is not given how much they sacrifice, the old partners how much they are sacrificing for the new partner. Then in such a case, it is assumed that the old partners make sacrifice to the old ratio. We have to assume it. Okay, so they are sacrificing according to their old ratio only. So you no need to waste your time how much it is the sacrificing ratio by the old partner is. Okay, so if the new old ratio is given and new ratio of a partner is given, and then it is not at all mentioned that how much they are sacrificing, so you no need to worry, the sacrificing ratio is according to the old ratio only. Let us see an example. P and Q are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. They admit R as a partner for 1/5 share in the future profit. So partner R's future profit share is 1/5. Then calculate new ratio and sacrificing ratio. They are given. This is about problem. Let us assume the total profit be 1. Then you know that R share, it is already given in the problem, it is 1/5. So let us take the remaining share that is 1 minus 1/5, that is equal to 4/5. Okay. Then new share is, that is 3/5, old ratio 3/5 multiply with 4/5, then you will get 12/25. Then Q's new share is equal to, then 2/5 multiply with 4/5, that is equal to 8/25. So our new share is 1/5 multiply with 5/5, that is equal to 5/25. So we can say the new ratio is new ratio of P, Q and R is equal to 12:8:5. Okay. And then here horse share is given without mentioning as to what or acquires from P and Q respectively, that is separately means, then it is assumed that he takes that is R takes it from the partners in the old ratio. So no need to calculate sacrifice ratio separately. Here the sacrifice ratio made by P and Q is in the ratio of 3:2. This is about a problem answer, right? And then here another one is when old ratio of old partners and a new ratio for all the partners are given. Okay, so everything is given. Then how it should be calculated? That is, say for example, the X and Y are the partners sharing profits in the ratio of 4:2. They admit Z into the firm. New partner is Z. The new profit sharing ratio among X, Y, Z is 5:3:2. Then here we have to find out the sacrificing ratio. So as you know, the sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. So here sacrificing ratio of X, let us start with. What is this old ratio? 4/6 minus new ratio is 5/10. So here you know the cross multiplication, so that it is 40 minus 30 divided by 60. Then it is equal to 10/60. Then sacrificing ratio of Y equal to, the old ratio is 2/6 and new ratio is 3/10. Then if you minus this, how to minus this? Cross multiplication. Okay. Then it is 20 minus 18 divided by 60, so that it is 2/60. So the sacrificing ratio is 10:2, or else we can say that it is 5:1 by simplifying this. Let us see the rest in the next class. Until the next, it's bye from Srimati. Thank you.